One of the things that strikes me most about the integrated field review is this potential for us to come together as a state and be looking at our responsibility to all children.
Everybody from the students themselves to the superintendent, I think, really understand all that goes into the child's education. And, you know, from grade level to grade level, from school to school, wherever it might be, it's really all of the responsibility.
By having multiple supervisory unions and supervisory districts that are participating in an integrated field review, it becomes their kids.
One of the big paradoxes that we try to work to resolve is the concept that we should be promoting student-centered education without ever involving students in that development process.
I think it's essential that students are involved in the integrated field review process. Their voice is incredibly important. They're the ones that we're serving every day. They have a lens that we don't necessarily appreciate. So I think their involvement creates a sense of authenticity and honesty to the process.
Students brought a whole different viewpoint because obviously where they sit in the system and in the process is very different from the adults. And I think that that's essential, and you're not going to get that unless you have students directly involved in some way. So I do think student voice is an integral part of this in whatever way it can be made to work.
It was tremendous to have them there, not just to talk about student topics or issues, but also to have their perspective in the systems and structures that we're really in the process of building right now across the state, to make this big shift to personalized, proficiency-based learning environments. So having students there was sort of a reality check. It was also an infusion of energy and creativity that was invaluable, really, to the leadership team.
And the students we had were very articulate. They were very willing to be open and critical about, looking internally. I really felt that other people involved in the process saw students as an equal voice in the process of review.
In the state of Vermont, schools are inextricable from our identity as a state and from the identity of our communities. People organize, they come together around the schools, but I think what it speaks to is the incredibly strong investment Vermonters have in education and in their schools.
One of the things that I think left the biggest impression on me was how it built collective responsibility in a variety of ways from a variety of stakeholders. One of the things that I've learned in this position, and as I learn more about transforming systems, is that you need whole system engagement. It takes a village, it takes a state, it takes a nation in order to really provide students with what they need.
So for communities, I think this process will give them some information, some deep information about the state of their schools in their district, and then how the leaders responsible for these districts are actually going to make the improvements needed.
I think what's really significant about the education quality review process is that Vermont is moving forward, doing the right thing, the very best they can do to approximate the way we should be evaluating quality in public education. And we're doing it even though it's hard, and it may not be perfect, and we're doing it because it's the right thing for students.